Hello guys, welcome to our channel. This is Two for the Road. We are a travel channel and we're going to talk about all things travel in this travel channel. And you guys will also see a couple videos of us actually going on vacation, so make sure you guys stay tuned for that.
Doing fun stuff.
Doing fun, all of the things, okay? But for this video specifically, we wanted to give some little tips and tricks that we thought were very important on our last vacation. So this is going to be cruise tips and tricks. Just essential things that we felt like we needed that we didn't have on our last cruise. And we go on a cruise. I kind of want to start over. Okay. Welcome guys, welcome to Two for the Road. So we will be going on vacation in the near future, in like a month now. We are going to be going on Carnival Mardi Gras. So it's one of Carnival's, like Carnival is known for partying, but this ship is like party central, okay? When we were on our last cruise, I feel like there were a lot of things that we were missing while we were on the cruise that would have probably made our experience a little bit better.
Definitely.
So for this video, we're gonna basically just talk about different essential items that we wish we would have brought on our last cruise that we're absolutely gonna bring on this cruise. So if you guys are interested, stay tuned, and maybe you'll find some little tips and tricks and things that you guys can bring on your cruise if you're first time cruisers.
The first one is reusable straws, because Carnival has these candy straws. They don't use plastic straws anymore. So they have these candy straws, and to me and to her, they taste like dookie.
Yeah.
They're not very good, and it changes the flavor of the drink and everything.
Yeah.
And then they dissolve depending on how long you got it in the drink.
Like imagine drinking a Coke and then you have like a Sour Patch straw that you're drinking through the Coke.
Yeah, and there's like
It's
one
like
that
that.
Yeah, it's like lime flavored or something. It's kind of gross.
Yeah, they had like chocolate, lime, strawberry. They had all different types, but none of them were good.
Yeah, it was pretty gross. So reusable straws, bring them with you so you can put it in the drink and you can wash them.
Yeah, exactly. It's something that you'll be able to utilize throughout the entirety of the cruise. If you bring like a reusable cup is another one. So I don't know if you've seen like those Starbucks cups or just like cups in general where it's like a
tumbler.
Yeah, like a tumbler or something like that. It usually comes with a straw. So just bring the entire cup, honestly, because another reason or another thing we had a problem with was water. So we were constantly wanting water. So we on our first cruise brought the water pack, or we bought a six pack of 12 ounce waters or something like that. It was a really big water. We were done that by like day 2 or 3.
Because it's hot.
Yeah, it's hot outside. You're sweating constantly, and we were always drinking water. And it was by day 3, because we drink big waters at home, so it made sense why we went through our water so quickly. But by day 3, I think we were drinking the water that was on the ship. Now I know that there's a big misconception that the ship water is gross, because if you know the whole shebang, the ship water is converted from seawater. So they take the seawater, they do whatever they do with science, and then they turn it into fresh water so that you can actually drink. They use it for the drinks, for the showers, for any water that is used on a ship. It's technically seawater that they convert it into fresh water. So it's a big misconception that it tastes disgusting. Okay, now I am a big water drinker. All we really drink home is water.
Even at restaurants.
Exactly. So I definitely can understand when you taste that better water with better pH in it. It tastes better. It's like a cleaner, crisper taste. Cool, whatever. Was the water really that bad? No.
It tastes like water.
It tastes like water. So it depends on you though. If you are a person who is like a water connoisseur like my mom, and she has to have a water with a pH in it, bring water or drink water, or pay for the water. They have a water,
it's a drink package.
It's like a drink package, but yeah, for soda and water. So just buy that. I just think that it's just an unnecessary waste of money to buy it when you could they have accessible free water and juice on the ship.
Yeah.
So it's completely up to you. But the biggest thing is bring the reusable bottles, bring the reusable straws so that you can just fill up your water for the day or fill up your water at that moment. You don't have to keep constantly running to go get your water or get whatever, you know. And if you have the drink package, like last time we didn't have the drink package, but this time we have it. So that's another thing, like we're gonna bring an extra reusable straw so we can put it into our drink so we're not worrying about, you know, having to use straws or raw dog cups because we don't raw dog cups.
No.
So Dramamine. Yeah. So Dramamine, if you guys don't know what that is, it's like a nausea medicine. Now, it depends on you. If you don't get motion sickness,
Like you
may not need it. He never gets motion sickness at all. I can be in the car on my phone and all of a sudden I just start feeling nauseous. So when I was on the cruise ship, specifically when we were at the aft of the ship, which is basically the back of the ship, or if we were forward, I felt the most motion sickness. And then also when we were in the dining hall, because it's closer, I think, to sea level, I felt nauseous. So just make sure you guys keep that in mind, that nausea is a thing, especially when they're doing 20 knots trying to get you home. It definitely,
or when the water gets rough, the tide is high.
Now it may not be that bad this time because
ship.
it's a bigger ship that we're getting on. The ship that we got on before was like 10 times smaller than the ship that we're getting on, so it could be better in that essence. But I'm still bringing my Dramamine. There was another thing, patches. So they have patches that you put on the back of your neck or the back of your ear, and basically they're nausea patches. I've also heard of bracelets that are nausea bracelets. So we're just gonna I'm gonna just stick with the Dramamine, and I am gonna try the motion sickness patches so I don't have to keep popping Dramamine, because Dramamine also makes you drowsy. So that's the downfall of that. And if you're taking drowsy medicine, you're probably gonna go to sleep, and I don't want to go to sleep on my vacation, right? So yeah, just keep that in mind. Bring that with you.
A washcloth. Now, no judgment. I know there's people out there that don't use washcloths, but that's neither here nor there. But for those of you that do use washcloths like you're supposed to, bring your own, because I don't know, for me, I've never trusted hotel stuff. You're trusting that they wash the stuff.
I mean, just think about it like this.
Yeah.
There are millions of people who go on a cruise every year. And do you think they buy new washcloths? They probably wash those washcloths repeatedly. So just think about it like that.
Yeah, so I would, for me also, I think what goes hand in hand with the washcloth, to bring your own like slides or sandals once they can get wet, and wear those in the shower. Because again, when, I don't know if you know how cruises work. You go on a cruise, the people get off, and there's a whole new set of people getting on that ship.
Yeah.
So they're going in there, they're cleaning everything really quick and doing laundry and all that stuff. So just to be on the safe side, bring your own shower shoes, bring your own washcloths, even towels that you can use.
For sure. It's kind of like, think about it like in college. I would hope not, you go in and raw dog the floor. I always wore shower shoes in college. So, you know, just think about all of the different bacteria that live down there. Say you have, you know, one of the stewardess they don't clean the room as properly as they're supposed to. So another thing that will go into that is wipes. You know, bringing Clorox wipes, wiping down the necessities, you know, the door handle, you know, the desk, the bed, any common things that you're going to be touching throughout the entirety of the cruise. Because like he just said, people just get off the cruise and then you get right onto the cruise. Now, for Carnival, they don't open your staterooms until I think 1 p.m. Was it 1 or was it 3? I think it was 1 because we had a spa and we were already in our room before the spa. Yeah. So, they open the rooms at 1 p.m. So that's a long period of time for them to be able to clean it. But again, you don't know what stewardess you're going to get. You don't know how lazy people are. Just take it to accountability that there could be germs somewhere, you know. So you want to make sure you're taking the necessary precautions to prevent any type of unnecessary germs. Body wash. So we actually, yesterday, we went to Target. Target has a whole section, Target and Walmart have a whole section where it's specifically for travel. They have 3-ounce, items that you could travel with, because if you go on a plane, if you're checking stuff underneath the plane, you can have any ounce that you want to. If you're checking stuff, or if you're taking a bag on with you to the plane, everything has to be under 3 ounces. So just keep that in mind. We literally got so many different things that were travel essentials. So we got body wash, deodorant, just little things that we can kind of just stick into our toiletry bag, call it a day, and we know that we'll be good when we get on a cruise. Because you don't want to bring like whole products of stuff, because it adds a lot of weight, especially if you're going to get souvenirs and stuff. You don't want unnecessary weight inside of your bags, but also it's just a lot to just carry around for only we're going on a 6-day cruise, so for only 6 days, like, we don't need all of that stuff. Right. So extension cords. So last time we got on a cruise, I believe it was only like 2 ports. Now,
yeah, 2 ports.
That was okay for us
at the time,
because we weren't recording, we weren't doing content, we didn't have a computer, we didn't have any extra stuff. But this time we're bringing all of the things. Mm-hmm. So it's very important to make sure that we have extra ports to be able to charge all of our items and everything like that. So if you have a big family or something like that, I believe even if you have a big family, everybody has the same amount of ports in their room. I could be wrong, unless you have like a suite or something like that. I'm pretty sure they give you more, but in the standard rooms, I believe they only have a certain amount of ports.
A lanyard.
Yes.
So when you on a ship, they give you a little card to get into your room.
Yes.
I think they do give you. No, they don't give you.
So they gave us a lanyard last time because it was our anniversary, and I had paid for us to have these anniversary decorations set up in the room, and free lanyards came with it. So that was the reason why we had it last time.
But if you're not doing that, get a lanyard, put your card in there, that way you don't lose it. It's on your neck.
Yeah.
And actually, most people have them when you get on the cruise. A lot of people have them.
Yeah.
I think everybody got one.
They also have some lanyards that you could put on your wrist. They actually have it. It's like a little scrunchy thing, and it just dangles from your wrist. But I find it helpful to just put it around your neck. You can get into the pool with it. You could get into hot tubs, whatever. You could do everything with it. And the last year we had lanyards that was very out there because they had like anniversary bottles on there, happy anniversary on there. This year I got us lanyards that were just black. Yep. So that we can kind of just, it matches with our outfits, it doesn't really clash, stuff like that. Also, like, I have a purse, so if anything I want to put the lanyard in my purse, I can do that. But your sail card, I think it's called your sail and sign card, something like that. That card is like your bread and butter around the ship. You can't go around, right, you can't go around with a credit card. You can't go around, with whatever. That sail and sign card is literally your lifeline. So that's how you get drinks. That's how you pay for specialty restaurants. That's how you literally do almost anything on the ship. Even when you go into your room, putting it into the light source. On our ship, last year we had a manual light. We could just click on, click off, but I know on this ship that we're going on that you have to put something inside of the thing to turn the lights on, and usually people use their sail and sign card. However, I've seen videos of people putting like random cards and stuff in there, and it works completely fine. So it's completely up to you with that, but that is like your bread and butter. It is your lifeline. So just having something to make sure that it's always with you is very important. Chafing sticks. So I'm gonna talk about this one because obviously you don't have to worry about chafing, but if you anything like me, okay, I got big thighs, okay? These thighs save lives. I know it's not, no, but these thighs are huge. So my thighs naturally is friction all day, especially when I wear shorts or anything like a skirt or a dress or anything like that. And it's very annoying because after a while, it starts to get very tender and it starts to hurt. So if you are my big thigh girlies out there, get a chafing stick. Now, I have not tested a chafing stick yet. This will be my first time testing one. So I'll let you know how it go during the trip. You guys will have to check that out when we doing the video. I'll make sure I mention it. But I have all types of shorts for this trip, okay? So I'm definitely going to need a chafing stick. So, you know, make sure you guys invest in that if you need it. Some, you know, people don't need it.
Document holder.
Yeah.
So a document holder holds your ID, your passport, pretty much everything that you would even need, your little passport ticket, because on Carnival, it's paper. You have your Carnival, it's like a piece of paper that says Carnival, has a barcode and everything. That's how you get it on the ship.
Yeah.
So a document holder is easy, put everything all in one place, and you have it in one small container.
Yeah.
So that way you don't lose it.
Yeah.
You're gonna, when you board the cruise, they're gonna constantly asking you for your ticket, constantly asking for your passport. That way you just already have it ready.
Multiple times.
Because they don't want strays, I guess.
Yeah.
Stowaway. So they gonna ask you.
I heard that Carnival actually acts the most out of any other cruise line.
Yeah, they do.
So, which is crazy. But the document holder, one thing, we didn't have one last year. I just brought it in like a little envelope type situation, and it kept falling out of the envelope. It was so annoying. Yeah. So the document holder that I found on Amazon, it just has like 4 passport holder points. It has like a place where you could actually put your documents. It has a place where you can put your IDs, so that when you're traveling and you're going, you could just put everything that you would absolutely need in this one folder, and literally you could just, okay, boop, got it, take it out, go. Especially like he just said, when you're on Carnival, they constantly have, like, you have like at least 4 or 5 different checkpoints where they're checking your passport, they're checking your ID, they're checking your sail and sign paperwork, making sure that you are who you say you are. So it's very annoying when you have to continue to bring it out. You know, when you just have a holder, it makes it a lot easier to just pull out, boom.
Poop medicine. So we didn't really have an issue with it last time, but probably should just have it just in case.
Yeah.
Because when you're on a cruise, I mean, there's a lot of food on there. Like this one's got the Guy's Burger thing, Shaq's Barbecue, whatever. There's a lot of new foods you can try at dinners, or even on the excursions, you try new different kinds of foods and stuff.
Oh.
Last thing you want to do is, you know, have an emergency and you gotta go and run back to your room or whatever.
Yeah.
But also, the rooms are really small. The bathroom is, so you know. So you could do some business.
Yeah. Know. So I went to Bath and Body Works, and they were having a sale. So I got this concentrated spray. It's called concentrated room spray, and basically just one, and it fills the entire room. Okay. One thing for sure was last cruise we were on, we were both going every day, multiple times a day, because that food be going right through you. Okay. Yeah. So that's just like a TMI, but really it is kind of important to bring, because you don't want to be in a situation where you're just stuck on the toilet your whole vacation, and you could have had a solution. And a lot of the medication on board costs a lot of money in the stores. Like, they have stores and everything where you could buy tampons, you could buy all your necessities that you would need, household necessities that you would need, but the price of it is like 3 times as much as you would pay for it here. So that's why it's important to bring those things with you. If you're a female, bring tampons, bring pads. Like, you know, if you don't know exactly when your cycle is going to come on, even if my cycle has already came on, I'm still packing all of that stuff as a just in case. You know, it's better to have it and not need it than to need it and not have it. So multiple swimsuits. This is very important because when we were on our last cruise, we probably blew through all of our bathing suits. He already bought 1 pair of trunks. I don't know why he did that, but I brought at least 3 bathing suits, and still my bathing suits, it wasn't enough. I still needed more. So this time around, I have like 5 bathing suits that I'm going with. You're constantly out in the pool. If you're an adult, you're probably going to be in the Serenity deck. We were at the jacuzzi a lot. We never got into the pool, but we were in the jacuzzi a lot and everything. And then when we went on our excursion, we were in the ocean. Bringing multiple bathing suits so you're not in a wet, cold bathing suit the next day that you go, very important. hangers. We're not bringing these, but I did see that these are important to bring. So people have these magnetic hangers that you can hang inside of your cabin. If you have a bunch of bathing suits, you can just hang them up on there. I've heard good and bad things about it. Like I've heard you can hang really light things on there, and then I heard anything heavier than like a hat, sometimes they can fall off the wall. So that's completely up to your discretion. We're not bringing them because I don't see a necessity for it. But yeah.
Extra underwear. I don't know. It's hot. You'd be sweating. You know, it might rain and you're soaked because you're out in the open ocean. There's really no cover if you're out there on the top of the boat.
Yeah.
Or like, I don't know, you go on an excursion or out on one of the stops, you make a spontaneous decision. I just want to go swimming, and you already got your stuff on. You know, it's just always better to bring extras.
I think it's better mainly because you're always sweaty, and then I don't know what you do at home, okay? But for me and him, we are out. He's a very big germaphobe. I would say I'm a mediocre germaphobe.
Yeah.
But whenever we're sweaty, we are ready to get in the shower. Whenever we get into a pool, we're ready to get in the shower, you know? So you're almost in the pool every day, and you have to think about it, the nastiness of the pool. How many people are in the pool? You know, yes, there's chlorine, but germs are still germs. Some germs can still survive, you know, especially in like jacuzzis and stuff like that. So, yeah, bring extras because you just want to take as many showers. Like I think the last time we went on our cruise, we probably took like 2 showers a day, at least. Like just one off of like, you know, swimming, and then one off of just being outside hot, sweaty all day, and then wanting to take a shower and kind of just, you know. So yeah, completely up to you, but yeah. The next one is medicine. So we're bringing a first aid kit with us. We just think it's very important. Again, like we didn't really need it last time we were on the cruise, but again, it's just better to need it and not have it than to have it and not need it. It's better to have it and not need it than to leave it and not have it. So we're gonna be bringing a first aid kit. Basically just your necessities like Band-Aids, Advil, any stomach Tums, anything like that. Anything that we think that could go wrong or us we might have an issue with, we just want to bring. Because I saw this video on TikTok, and this lady actually went to, so on the cruise, every cruise ship has like a clinic essentially, and they have doctors and nurses and everything in there. But when she went inside the clinic, she ended up spending $500, and all she got was like a flu test, and he gave her some flu medicine, and that was it. And flu medicine you can get from the store for like $20. You know, a flu test you can get from the store for like $20. So, you know, so they charged her like $500, and we ain't trying to be in that boat, okay? So we're not planning to get sick, but you know, again, you never know what will happen, especially with everything going on, everybody touching everything. Yeah, so we may sound like really freakish germaphobes, but we kind of are.
And they will quarantine you if you have a serious issue.
They absolutely do.
You got a stomach fire, you start throwing up, they will quarantine you.
Throwing up, if you have the flu, anything, COVID, anything, they will quarantine you and you will not get your money back. Okay, so it's just better to have those things for yourself. Honestly, if you are sick, you probably should quarantine yourself. You shouldn't want to get other people sick potentially and everything like that. But another thing that goes into the med kit is hand sanitizer. Oh my goodness, we brought 3 yesterday. Technically 2 of them are for the cruise, so every point that we get to, hand sanitizer. We use the elevators, hand sanitizer. We go to the buffet because on Royal Caribbean they have the servers put the food on your plate, which I like. They also make you wash your hands before you go in. Carnival is more so suggestive. They have washing stations and stuff, but it's more so like you do what you please. And they also have hand sanitizer everywhere. But again, not everybody is as clean as the next person. So we always constantly found ourselves putting on hand sanitizer before we ate, before we picked up food, before we did anything, before we picked up our plates. Like, we were constantly putting it on. Our hands were like ashy by the time we were done. So it's just very important, because if you don't want to get sick, it's just, you just need to have that there. That is like a necessity, 100%.
Definitely. This is a Christian-based stuff, so we are bringing devotionals, Bible with us. Just in the early morning or late at night, we get back, or before the day starts. Start with it and end with the Word of God, and the beginning of the day, at the end of the day, and yeah, because even if you're on vacation,
you still need the Word of God.
Exactly.
Especially when you're on a vessel in the middle of the ocean, you want to make sure that the Word of God is all over that ship.
Exactly. But, on a plane and stuff.
Yeah, but we didn't bring it last time. At least I didn't bring mine with me last time. Or I might have brought it and just never opened it.
Oh.
I don't think I brought it with me.
Yeah.
But so yeah, I definitely needed that with me. I think it's very important, like you just said, to start the day and end the day with the Word of God. But I just really want to be able to get on the ship, have my devotional with me, and read it while I'm on my balcony, and kind of just the waves hitting me, and just the whole shebang. Okay, so yeah, like I definitely bring your Bible. The last one we have is towel clips. So towel clips, I've been seeing these things. So when we were on the cruise last time, we were at the Serenity deck. Literally every little move, little bump, the towel is falling. Even if you just put it over top of the chair, it's falling off. So with him, it was falling off a lot. So I got some towel clips for us, and hopefully that will help with that whole ordeal. But yeah, towel clips are supposed to basically just keep the towel clipped onto your chair so that it doesn't move, it doesn't come off, and you don't have to worry about that. I think that's like a little small thing, like, because you could easily just get up and put the towel back up. But if you just want to relax, you don't have to deal with that.
Yeah.
Then I think it's very important to just get the towel clip so that it clips on there.
It's just a convenience thing.
It's very much of a convenience. But yeah, so those are our tips and tricks. I'm sure there are more in our brain, but we just can't think of them right now. Yeah. But I think those are the most important of things that we didn't do last time that we want to do this time going to this cruise.